first and goal. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will take this one into the end zone for a Viking touchdown. Emmitt Smith, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings have taken a first quarter lead. Billy Cundiff now to kick the extra point. He's got it, and the Vikings take a 7-0 lead. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And not a particularly good return here, as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
The conventional football 101, tells us if you don't get it back to the 20-yard line on a kickoff return, that's a disappointment. But some of these teams, special teams coaches, with approval by the head coach, they give them full authority to go ahead and bring it out and try to be aggressive. Almost what we call the group.
Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Lawyer Malloy. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line. And the Vikings now heading on to the field. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way because I'm sure the defense will make some adjustments, but they've got to have great confidence having scored the last time out.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains. Emmitt Smith, the ageless, and the Steelers signal for another timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're down to 1 remaining. And the offense lining up 1st and 10.
Here we go. Here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll bring this one inside the 35. A solid run on 1st down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
We are watching a runner having a really nice game. Carrying it very well. Vision is excellent, but boy, look at the help he's getting. Offensive line, I think they're pretty eager to block for him.
They'll come out in the pistol.
Easy.
Now Emmitt. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. Call that a loss of 5 yards on the play. And all of a sudden here, it's 3rd down. Now Breeze on 3rd down. It's caught. Nelson. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down. And now a fumble. The ball's out. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. Often on fumbles, you look at the guy who coughed it up and say, geez, what did he do? But, hey, let's tip the cap to the defense here.
Not a problem at all, my man. I'm not even going to tip it. I'm going to doff my cap to him. Congratulations. Big-time play. Knocking it free and creating something good for your team.
Almost able to intercept it. That's one he would have liked to have held on to on this first drive. Instead, 2nd down. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Back to the air, Newton on 2nd down. And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
Drops it underneath to Elliott. Oh, Elliott going to be hit. He coughs it up. Loose football. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. The Vikings offense now, they get ready to head back on the field. Yeah, last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down.
In today's NFL, you hear all the time about stretching the field and creating space in order to run plays. A toss play will help accomplish that because now you're pushing a defense to chase you all the way to the edges and to the sideline. That's a nice run, probing now early to try and get things done later.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Jerry Hughes on the stop.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that any time you hand the ball to a back.
Hey, 2 kill. 53. Here we go. 2 kill. Ready.
On third down, here's Emmett. Yeah, great effort there to attack, and it helps him pick up the first. Back now with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Second quarter begins with the Vikings holding the football, and they've got it here with a first down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this down for about 4 yards down to the 15. Avery Williamson there to make the stop.
Not a run that you're going to write home about, but still a good first down run. That's what an offense calls staying on schedule. 3 to 4 yards on first down. You're set up very well for the rest of the drive.
They'll run it now with Smith. 2 yards the gain there, and now they're left with a third and about 4 for a first.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
It's a gain of 5. So a defensive brain lapse there and an encroachment penalty.
Sometimes when you don't watch the football and make sure that it's snapped, you're watching the offensive player, and they can influence you occasionally and look like they're getting...
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down. Brief break in the action here. We'll come back to Oakland after this. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about a bit closer here. It's third and goal. Breeze now on third and goal. Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and that will bring up an interesting decision here on fourth and goal.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss.
Old school extra point, but certainly a disappointment that they couldn't get 6.
Yeah, when you see 19-yard field goal in the box score, you kind of shake your head. But their head coach decided 3 was enough.
Brandon Cooks, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Brandon Cooks, 104 yards. And the Steelers are able to make this a close game again. And they're back within a field goal. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Offense gets set to take over here. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. You put it through the post.
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Fresh set of downs here. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Breeze now on first down. And right with it here over the middle. A gain of 6 there. Everything here, we're going to get a timeout by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Now Breeze throwing on second down. Wright's got it. And he'll get it into enemy territory. The 49. The intended target. The Jenkins. That'll bring up second down. Back to the air on second down. It's Breeze. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Not too many things get to a quarterback of this magnitude. But I think it's safe to say that pressure can get to any quarterback.
And he's obviously a great franchise quarterback, but felt the pressure, threw it incomplete. Again, they'll throw with Breeze. He's got Cruz complete. And he is out of and now a first down following that long. Throwing on first down is Breeze. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. It'll go as a gain of 12, and it'll be first down Vikings. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now's a play caller. Because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football. But you...
Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Again, it's Breeze. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Victor Cruz as the first half is winding down. And the Vikings are going to add on to their lead. They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And Austin Safarian give him 17 yards that time as that'll move the chains. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Here's Newton. And they get to for the sack. So we hit halftime with our visitors, the Vikings, taking the lead to the locker room. As we will send you eastward to Orlando and Larry Ridley. He's standing by with our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Larry. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for. Come the Vikings, they'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. Breeze to throw on second down. Out on the right, this is Cruz. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders. Hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
And frankly, Brandon, we're talking about things I'm not sure we ever thought we'd talk about in the NFL. And a lot of that is the speed at the linebacker position. A lot of these guys in college, they were safeties. They moved them up to outside linebacker to combat the spread offenses. And now we're seeing it in the NFL. Those same guys using their speed to make plays in the backfield, similar to that one.
He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. Shedding the tackler, and it gives him some room. Touchdown, Vikings. Emmitt Smith. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Vikings find a way to stretch their lead. Well, he's used to running it that distance. Here he had to catch it, too, before making the run. Heck of a play for the score.
There's not many things better for an offense than a back who's a complete guy, who can run it and catch it. And we just saw him complete a big-time play for a touchdown.
Fielded about a yard deep. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. It goes as a gain of 8. It moves the chains. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about, in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. Well, earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down. A nice, safe throw and a good one.
On first down, Newton. And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off here by Jimmy Smith. There he goes, right side. And a super return as he gets this all the way down inside the 25-yard line. The Vikings offense now heading out to take over. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what.
Oh, how about this for a tough decision early on? Which direction they go here is going to say a lot about what this team wants to do. Boy, you talk about a talented player. This guy's one of the best around. One Kansas City Chief is gone already. Here's a chance to have a teammate join him. Yeah, here's a spot where the fan base would be clamoring for a skill player. But do you listen to him or go after someone who can help you up front? Some tough choices coming up right about now. Do you go after the best available player, or do you... And this is a big piece of the puzzle right here. Maybe a no-brainer, but a great pick regardless. And that's a pick that'll solve a lot of problems out there. He'll fit in nicely. Oh, this guy's a rare talent and a huge upgrade over what they had before.
We're alive, got the fire in our eyes. We're the kings, we're the queens, and if this is just a dream, I wanna wake up.
What to do here? Build up the interior of your line or get that skill player to add another weapon? Still a few holes on this roster and not a lot of time left to do anything about it. I'll tell you right now, you won't go wrong adding any of these guys to your team. A bit of a dilemma with this threesome. Which side of the ball do you turn your focus to here? It's the age-old question on draft day. What's the bigger need, offense or defense? Boy, you can't go wrong with anybody out of this group. And there's a pick that'll certainly help. Maybe not an impact signing, but you're not going to hit a home run every round.
Like the clock is broken, never stopping, never slowing. Yeah, we're living wide open.